Trump said to Netanyahu, this is what the deal is going to be. You have to take it or leave it. And Netanyahu agreed. There were some parts of that agreement, that 20-point peace plan, that were not very favourable to Netanyahu, that he certainly wouldn't have liked. But there was also parts that were particularly difficult for Hamas. So the fact that he has seemingly managed to bridge that is, if it is indeed the case, is something to be celebrated.
Now, the former FBI Director James Comey pleaded not guilty today to federal charges of making false statements to Congress and obstructing a congressional investigation. It was Comey's first court appearance as a criminal defendant following his indictment last month under President Trump's direction. Let's listen to a statement he made at the time.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump. But we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
You're listening to Carol Walker. That was the opening statement from James Comey. Let me just bring you some breaking news we've had in the last few minutes. On his Truth Social website, President Trump has posted that he's proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. The statement continues, this means that all of the hostages will be released very soon and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed upon line as the first steps towards a strong, durable and everlasting peace. All parties, he writes, will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and Muslim world, Israel and all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. And the president continues, we thank the mediators from Qatar, Egypt and Turkey who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. Blessed are the peacemakers. So that is the latest post from President Trump just in the last few minutes, announcing that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace plan. And the president makes it clear that all of the hostages will be released very soon and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed upon line. Well, we've just had that statement in the last few minutes. We can speak now to Harriet Alexander, who is a correspondent for The Times based in the United States. Harriet, I appreciate this is only just broken in the last few minutes. Just tell us what you're hearing there in the States.
Well, I mean, this is obviously something that Donald Trump has wanted to achieve for a long while. It does sound like it's very good news. As you say, just breaking in the last couple of minutes. We know that he's sent Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, and Steve Witkoff, his Middle East envoy, to the region to really push for these negotiations, for the signing of this deal. When Netanyahu was in the White House last week, Trump really lent on him. Trump has been very much angered by Netanyahu's decision to bomb Qatar. And Trump said to Netanyahu, this is what the deal is going to be. You have to take it or leave it. And Netanyahu agreed. There were some parts of that agreement, that 20-point peace plan, that were not very favourable to Netanyahu, that he certainly wouldn't have liked. But there was also parts that were particularly difficult for Hamas. So the fact that he has seemingly managed to bridge that is, if it is indeed the case, is something to be celebrated.
Yeah, it is clearly a significant breakthrough. And when President Trump was speaking a little earlier, he was saying that a deal was very close. He was saying that he may himself go to the Middle East as early as this weekend. At that stage, we were hearing that there were still differences between the two sides. But just to repeat, for anyone listening who may be just joining us, President Trump announcing that Israel and Hamas have signed off on the first phase of the peace plan. It means all the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed upon line as the first steps towards a strong, durable and everlasting peace. Of course, this is due to be the first stage of the plan. It does mean that there is still work to be done to reach agreement on the later stages, which talk about the further withdrawal of Israeli troops and the future governance of Gaza. More
born, frankly, but these are sick people. Pam, go ahead, please.
Well, they're smart, but they're not smart enough. Oh, my microphone's broken. They're smart, but they're not smart enough. They have been covered by these liberal cities for so many years. And that's why we're all working with Treasury, with all these different departments, to find the criminal conspiracy.
Okay. I'm just giving... Yeah, I was just given a note by the Secretary of State saying that we're very close to a deal in the Middle East, and they're going to need me pretty quickly, so I will take a couple of more questions.
We're so happy to hear that the hostages are coming back. This is the joy that we are waiting for this holiday. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Netanyahu. Thank you.
I heard last night that Trump basically announced that looks like a deal was signed between Hamas and Israel. And I couldn't go back to sleep. It was very exciting.
To see the families of the hostages celebrating and drinking l'chaim and celebrating in the hostage square the minute this came out, I can't even imagine the way they feel. I know I feel elated. They must just feel the burden of the world off of their shoulders. And this is just another great day for Israel and a great day for the world.